physical contact occurs, and if you're able to deflect or injure the assailant, don't stick around. Take off, run, go away, okay? If you're successful at deflecting, then just go, like I said, just go ahead and run. And be aware of your surroundings. Whatever you get in a situation, especially for women, if you're going somewhere, be loud, say stop or no or whatever, and then that'll get some attention to you. Carl?
Well, Alex mentioned something about awareness. I like to use an analogy of traffic signals. When you're sitting at your home, you shouldn't have to worry too much, about your personal safety, unless you hear something like a, window smash or whatever. But if you're out on the street, there's always potential for danger wherever you go, okay? Imagine yourself driving along the street, you see a traffic signal up ahead, okay? It might be green at the time, but it may change to amber and then red. So you've got to pay attention to that traffic signal because the situation may change. Same thing when you're out in the street. If you're walking along, everything might be fine, you might see a potential danger up ahead. Like Alex mentioned, might see a group of people drinking, being loud or something, okay? As soon as you see that person, it's just like looking at the traffic signal when you're driving along, okay, that might be a potential danger. I might have to change, I might have to move to adjust, just like you might be hovering around the brake because you might have to brake for that traffic signal. You've got to think to yourself, okay, this might be a dangerous situation, I might have to do something, okay? Like Alex said, the best thing to do is cross the street, so you don't have to go through that potentially dangerous situation. Now, if you cross the street, you're walking, those other people see you, they cross the street, then it's amber, okay? That's when you think, okay, this light's going to change red, it's going to be potentially dangerous, I'm going to have to stop, okay? That's the situation where you say to yourself, okay, it looks like these people want to hassle with me, I might have to do something. So you start going through your mind your options. Can you run away? What are the options to run away? Can you go back the same way you came? There's some side streets you can turn down. Obviously, if you're suddenly confronted with a person right up front, that's a red traffic signal. You have to do something, okay? And that's when the techniques that you learn today will come into play, okay? So awareness is the biggest thing. A lot of people get in so much trouble because they're not aware of their surroundings. I mean, people, go to ATMs that are not well lit. There's people hanging around. They're just sitting there punching their numbers. As soon as they know it, someone's behind them taking their money and whatever other possessions they have. Okay, so you shouldn't get into a dangerous situation like that. I mean, basically it's just common sense. Don't be foolish. All of you guys know how to keep yourself out of danger. It's just making sure you use that knowledge to prevent yourself getting into dangerous situations. Okay, so basically we're not going to go too much in awareness. Basically, you just remember that. Especially if you can remember this traffic signal analogy, it'll help you out. I don't want you to be paranoid, thinking, oh God, every time I go out of my home and there's potential danger. There is, but you shouldn't let it ruin your life, okay? Just be conscious of the potential for dangerous situations, and find a happy balance between being aware and being paranoid, okay? And again, we're going to have different groups. Some of us are going to be shown kicking, other hand techniques, other ground techniques. Now, a lot of these techniques may not work for everybody, but the one technique will work. And if you find that there's something you're having a problem with, the instructors are here to say, okay, I'm having a little problem with this particular kick or this technique. It's probably because you're not doing it quite correctly, because everything that we're going to show you doesn't require any great dexterity or strength or any, super ability. We're going to show you really easily learned techniques that are very simple and very, very effective. So, if you have a problem, and most of the instructors will be able to see you, having the problem when we're teaching you. But if you still feel as though, it's not effective for you, then, we'll either try and adjust that technique to suit you, or otherwise we'll go into something a little bit different.
Just basically, your best weapon you have is your brain. If you use your head, you can get yourself not into the situation in the first place. So if you think ahead, a little bit of foreplanning. If you're in a parking lot and there's someone behind you, don't go to your car. Go look for a security guard or wait. But no amount of hurry you can be in will be worth you getting injured or worse. Okay, so plan ahead. Think. In the event that something happens, you can always take keys out of your purse. Something to jam someone in their eyes with. Anything around you can be a weapon. Whether it's a plate, you can break it. Now you got two knives. You have to think. So your best weapon is your brain. And if you can avoid any kind of physical contact, that's your best case scenario. You don't want to get yourself into that situation in the first place. So my opponent comes and grabs me by the hand. Doesn't make a difference which hand. Again, 4 fingers, 1 thumb. The weak spot's the thumb. I can pull and he'll hang on. I can go down, he'll hang on. But if I go against the thumb, he lets go. Okay, again, grab hard as you can. Okay, go against the thumb. This is just getting away. All you're doing is getting away. Okay, back off. Okay, he grabs me cross hands. Doesn't make a difference which one. Okay, I can do the same thing against the thumb. All right, also I can do this. You got a real strong guy, a real buff guy. Just help him a little bit. He's not going to be. Hold on as hard as you can. Make a fist with your hand so your hand's tight. Okay, that's key. Because you want your forearms to be tight. You hear? And wait, it broke loose anyway. Okay. Yeah. After a while, your wrists get red. Try it a few times. You can find out how easy it really is. First thing you gotta do, make a fist so that your arm is tight. And now you want to twist that way. See that like little twist motion? Go against the thumb. Go and to the other side of your body. Okay.
Show her that the way what you're doing.
Okay. Then that's when you grab. That's when you grab straight across. I grab you on this side. That's when if you were to grab right hand to her left. You try that. But yeah, try it this way. Try it this way. Okay, same thing. Make a fist first, right? And you're gonna go against me, right? And as you do, you take your other hand, you smack him right here.
There you go.
Now at the same time. Now twist. Against the thumb.
On this side.
There you go. That's right. That's right. Now hit him. Now hit him.
This hand.
Okay. That's same time though, right? Go.
Same side. Go in the thumb. There we go.
Okay. Let's see. I'll do it real fast.
This way.
Okay. That doesn't make no straight across. So make a fist, right? First, always. And as you twist, when you get about to this point here, push it off. And it will work.
Always against that thumb.
Make a fist.
You go against the thumb.
Right. You gotta twist. You gotta twist up. You gotta go against the thumb. Think of your hand as a propeller, okay? Yeah, there you go. See how easy that is? Other hand helps with about the other 10%. There you go, see?
But I'm tired strong.
Well, that's okay, but it's still breaking loose, isn't it?
You broke loose. Do it faster and harder. Yeah. Propeller. Use the propeller.
Okay.
Remember, always go up against
Pretty basic, pretty simple, right? Okay, that's what you do. You break loose. You tell the guy if it's a woman doing the technique, you say, okay, back off. You know, I'm not interested. Get away. Stop. Whatever. Yell at them. Call them names. Just stop. Okay. This is a non-lethal technique just for breaking the guy's grip.
Okay. Okay, for a grab, let's say he grabs, okay? Grabbing for, he's pushing you. So what you want to do first of all is grab his hand, secure it, step back. Now put him in an arm bar. Okay, notice the angle. You want this elbow to be pointing kind of up or this way, not down. If it's down, it's just going to bring me right in. Okay, so remember to keep it this way, like this. And you can do that by doing it yourself, or if he's already there, when you step back, you should put him right where you want him. And then you apply pressure with the blade of the forearm going down. Okay, that's up to you if you want to go all the way down, or you just want to break away, and then for me to go into a hold. Okay. Okay, next one. Okay, this one is the one for the gun. Okay, you go for my gun from this side. Okay. First of all, what I'm going to secure this, and whilst I grab you, I'm going to step back. If you go back, then you're just going to go with me, or I'm going to go with you. But this way, I'm going to push that way and pull and step back this way, like this. Okay. Once you break away from there, watch that hand. Okay, make sure that he's probably going to try to swing, but you got a better control here. If he tries to swing, all I'm going to do is twist him. Now if he tries to punch, you can't. Okay, so you watch that hand, go and try to punch. Then now he can't do it. Now, but he might have a good kick. So you need to react fast. Each is reached over. Okay, break away from under the arm, and then bring him up this way. And that holds him. Okay, now hold him in place. Okay, I'm gonna do it a little slower. So you reach for the gun. Go ahead, reaches. Secure it. Step back and pull that. Push that way. Okay. Now notice the angle. I'm grabbing the thumb and right on the wrist. Okay. Not here. It'll rotate. Not here. He can still maneuver. This way he can't. Okay. I'm holding secure in his arm just in case he decides to punch. Hot punch. Then I got that. Now he's got a leg. That's why I say you got to react a little faster. So I just broke away. Okay, and then I'm come under and bring him up. Now make sure his elbow is pointing up. That's important because if it's like going this way, then he still can turn and move around. But if it's pointing up, then it's likely that he will get out of that. Notice I'm twisting this way, okay, and just keeping the pressure on there. That's what's keeping him there. My elbow's keeping him away from me. If I don't keep him here, he's probably gonna get close to me. He'll probably start trying to kick me or try to hit me with this other hand. That's why I have this hand right here to keep him away. Okay, so I'm gonna unwind and notice how it was here and under. Okay, go ahead and try it. And make sure you come up to her so she can see you.
Now, if I had my weight in the front leg, look
You
how
have it
close
as
my head is to it.
Hold back, step back, and then you're going to come under. Hold the wrist and point his elbow up.
Again, go punches, punches,
Keep him low with it. Right.
punches. You know, it's very easy to block.
One more time.
You got this big thing here like this. You just
Keep his elbow up. Remember how I said about the elbow? It's got to be pointing up. So it should be like this way. Keeping the wrist lock. Keeping the wrist lock. Keeping it up.
You just want to go in like so. Okay. Anybody. Touch it. You want to nail it pretty hard. If your life's in danger, you nail it pretty hard. That's just to let you know where it's at, okay? Now, try it on your opponent just so they feel it, okay? So, go ahead and try it to where you can actually feel it. Right above it, right? That little hole right there. Oh, the suprasternal notch. Do it. Okay, you do the hem. Yeah, right there. That's right. You had your finger right on it. There you go. That's good. Okay, you can do it with one finger, but two is a little bit safer for you. So get the guy away from you again. This is okay. Back off. Because you can see. I mean, the first instinct is for him to move away. I'm not even barely touching him. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Go ahead. You can grab him from behind. Either way, let's try with the hands up first. Okay. He's got me right. He's gonna try lifting me off the ground. Okay. And here there's a bunch of different things you can do. You can kick. You can scrape down, starting at the kneecap, scraping all the way down, or you can stop. Okay, you can do any of those things. Now, if I'm still on the ground, I can drop down, and his groin is right there. Okay, pretty simple. You drop way down, and his groin is right there. Okay, let's try that. Pretty easy. First, without lifting her off the ground. Okay, now take your right leg and step as far as you can to the right. Way down. Now way down like this. I want you to go like this. Okay. Robert, come right back.
So this way?
Or if you can, it's okay.
This way?
And then where's your hand at? Right there. Smack it right there.
Okay.
You know where you're aiming for, the groin.
Right.
You drop down.
Wait a minute. Now
Stick her up like this.
when you drop down, you're going to go.
Now you put your right foot.
There you go. Boom. There you go. There you go. Simple. Now, if he's a real tall guy, you can give him the elbow too. Say I've got you. Yes. Like this. Now, where's my nose at compared to the back of your head? All right. Boom. Okay. If that works, great. Yeah. Whatever works. That way, I mean, there's probably about 700 or 800 different techniques, but we're just trying to stick with the basics and mostly self-defense class. But yeah, whatever. If you can get him to flip over, he's not a real big guy, and you can make that work.
Or if I threw my weight back.
There's another one we're going to show you next, and that's very similar to what
Just cup their hand and go.
this one you step behind.
He's grabbed you.
Okay.
Step one foot to the side. Now hit him. There you go.
Good, got him. This is a situation where he grabs, he's got both hands, okay? Let's say he's got me here. Okay, drop down, and I step to one side. In this case, I step to the right. Up to here, remember, he's got me pretty tight, but I can't use my hands, okay? Now I'm going to step back like this. And now he's off balance, okay? He's almost falling down just without any help from me. The key in that is your center of gravity has to be lower than his. So when he grabs me, I step to the right, as far as I can go down. Now his grip isn't broken, right? But from here, I can step around. Now my butt is lower than his. So who's got the? I've got the balance, and he doesn't. Okay? This is a little bit harder. But go ahead and try that. Okay, let's say I grab you. I'm bigger than you. Let's say, and I grab you like so. Okay, now take your right step. There you go. Good. Now your left leg sweep behind mine.
When you raise up,
I'm sorry. Sweep behind. You want to get this leg over this side. So step to the right. Yeah. Okay. Step to the right. Now you're in a perfect position to sweep behind me because I'm a little bit off balance now. There you go. Now I'm already off balance. And then from here, all you do is push me backwards. It's really that easy. Once your opponent is about this far back, he's already gone. You just gotta push him over. We'll try with me, okay? Okay. Step to the right, okay? Now when I go here, you're gonna fight me the whole way, aren't you? Ah! Your center of gravity has to be lower than him. And once you get lower than him, then you have all the advantage, okay? So once you get behind him, he's off balance. Some basic palm heel strikes, which are fists are okay, but palm heels are safer, okay? For the face and the nose and the mouth. The fists are good, but it takes a little bit of practice to get a perfectly straight punch striking with only these two knuckles, not using the small knuckle because those are the ones that break, and to get your fist perfectly straight. That takes a little bit of practice. Boxers' fractures are very common amongst street fights, okay? See it all the time because they hit with all four and then they break the little bone first. So a palm heel strike, if you take up a defensive position any way that feels comfortable, you're just going to strike like so, to the nose. So if I get my opponent's right here, I'm going to strike like so. It's going to be just like a punch, except I'm going to strike with this. Very safe, okay? You can always gouge afterwards, see? Gouge your eyes afterwards. Yeah, you're striking like a punch, only with your palm. There you go. Okay, here, try hitting my hand. Yes, that's right. Try that again. Yeah, see that you hit someone in the nose, it's going to hurt them, right? Go. Okay, and the good thing about it, it won't hurt your hand either. You can hit them and you won't hurt your hand. See, that's what's good about this. See? Now we'll do the eye gouge. That's even easier. If you can point at something, you can gouge someone in the eye. So if I can point at that tree, I can certainly stick my finger in someone's eye, right? It's that simple. We're just going to do a basic, all you can do is throw some fingers out there. You don't have to do an exact, 2 fingers eyes, because anything that catches his eye is going to hurt him a lot. Who's ever had a corneal abrasion or dirt under their contact knows how painful, anything in your eye can be. So even if I just catch him with my fingernail, he's going to be in a lot of pain. So all you do is just throw some fingers out there. You don't have to have a defensive sense. It could be like something's right here, it's a real dangerous situation coming about in front of you, somebody's threatening you, just boom. I mean, how much easier can you get than that? Okay, that's about as simple as it gets. If you can, like I said, if you can point at something, you can poke someone in the eye. And then what do you do once you poke someone in the eye? What's the next thing you do?
Run.
No, exactly, run. Especially for the women. You guys get out of there. Don't sit there and duke it out with the guy, because you think you got the advantage, okay? Just run, get away. Real briefly, we went over this with the first group of women we had. Like I said earlier, the best thing you can use is your brain to get you out of trouble. That's to not get in trouble in the first place, okay? So you don't have to go to the mall alone. You don't have to go shopping alone. You can go with a friend or a spouse or whatever. My wife always makes me go, okay? If you have to go alone and it's there's a parking lot and there's some character out there that you don't think is kosher, don't go. Wait. You can't be in that big of a hurry that's worth risking your life over or whatever, getting robbed or whatever. So if you see something you don't like, go get a security guard or just wait or go out with another group of people or something. Anything, but just don't go alone. Have your keys in your hand ready. If someone does attack you, you can always gouge them with your keys. Those are good. And also, you can get into your car right away and get in the car. Okay, assuming that you don't have a bunch of groceries to put away, okay? Get in the car and go. You don't sit there and fumble with the keys, give the guy an opportunity to sneak up behind you. And little stuff like that, using your head will keep you out of a lot more trouble than anything else. I mean, we can teach you a few techniques, and maybe you'll remember some of them, and maybe you won't. But if you can not get in the situation in the first place, you're a lot better off. I mean, why give someone the opportunity to hurt you or whatever? I mentioned it earlier. If a woman is being assaulted by a man, and she screams, yells, makes a lot of noise, it reduces her chances of getting assaulted by 25%. If she screams and fights, she reduces her chances by 50%. And if she screams, fights, and runs away, she reduces her chances by 75% that this will be a successful attack on her, okay? So if you do all three of those things, you really reduce your chances of getting hurt. Some women get really scared and they just freeze, and that's bad. You got to keep your wits about you. No matter what's happening around, you have to be able to think clearly. Don't start, panicking is the worst thing you do. People do it all the time. You see it, on TV and stuff. With a crowd. The few shots are fired. People are stumbling over each other, trying to get away. Everybody's in a panic. Okay, that's the worst thing you can do is panic. That goes for the guys too. You get yourself in a situation. We all think we're tough and bad and all that good stuff. And reality is, I don't like getting in fights any more than the next guy. I'll try to avoid them too. I would much rather just back off and let the guy think he could have kicked my butt than get in an altercation with him and find out who could. It's really not worth it to me. I got a family and kids and all that good stuff too. I don't want to take the chance of getting in a fight with a guy, have him come back and sue me and all that good stuff, okay? Or shoot you, drive by your house and shoot you, all this good stuff. So it's really better not to fight. But for the women, you guys need to avoid it even more so, because your chances are you could not duke it out with me, okay? Or probably any of the guys here. So your chances are just to avoid, okay? There's no reason to put yourself unnecessarily at risk, no matter what the situation is, okay? We went over this real briefly at the beginning, but I'm just stressing it because it's really important. Most situations can be avoided. We had a woman at our church we did one of these classes for, and another woman attacked her from behind, a homeless woman, and pushed her up against the car. She goes, well, what do you do then? Well, so you just kick backwards. She didn't think of that because she hadn't thought of it. Here she was with both of her hands tied up, keeping her from going on the ground. She could have just kicked backwards and do a mule kick the person from, in that direction there. So it's really simple. You've got all these things that you're supposed to. You got your feet, you got your knees, you can knee a person. You get tied up with them, you're hanging on to one. You can always knee them. You can knee them in the thigh, you can knee them in the groin, you can knee them in the stomach. Anywhere you can get a knee in, Pull their head down, knee their head if you can get that too. Okay, you've got your elbows. We didn't do that, did we? Yes. Elbows are really good. You got your feet, your hands, and you can headbutt too. You got a person, butt them in the head, on the nose, your forehead to their nose a few times. Before I forget, I want to do the elbows before we quit because that's a good one. In close, elbows are good for a distance of about 1.5 to 2 feet. This is too far for elbows. This is too far for elbows. This is about right for elbows. We're about, 1.5 foot apart. Okay, if I strike from here, I could maybe just reach him, okay? So half a step more, boy, I can sure get him with an elbow. Striking for the temporal, up here. You can strike for here. Temporal's a good place. Yeah. That's a good place. Perfect. Okay. Oh, just as if you're straightening your hair? Just come straight up.
Like that? Yes.
Which part? Yeah, you could. Yeah, that'd be fine. Let's try it.
If you straighten your hair, you're going to do the elbow.
There you go. Just like that. Okay, here. Do this.
Yeah.
As if you're going to comb your hair.
He's going to be really close to you, sir.
So he's going to come straight forward.
He's close to you.
Boom.
Your elbow.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Wait, for the chin. There you go. As if you're sitting up. Okay, is that painful? Yeah. Okay, so that's a good point to aim for. It's also good. This is just a demonstration to show you where it is on the body. This is not a fighting technique or an escape technique. I'm going to take my finger. I'll put it right under his nose. Now he's going to try to raise up. I'm going to hold him down. Okay? With my finger, because of the pain that's inflicted by it starts to tear the tissue in there. If you try really hard, it becomes very painful. So if the person was sitting to the side of you, let's say his head was turned that way, we're fighting, I could still go for there, okay? That's a good point. That's a good point to punch to, it's a good point to kick to. It's a good point. It's a great point to elbow to. I think we got enough time to do the headlock one. Yeah, okay, I'll use you because you worked so well last time. I'll get a chance to do this though. He's gonna grab me in a headlock. Okay, go ahead. Okay, the first thing he's going to do is what? He's going to punch me in the face, right? So you got to be careful. Okay, block there. You might get a couple licks in on you. Reach over from here. Okay, stop. Who's got the bounce? Me or him? I'm lower than him. Down he goes. And that, I want you guys all to try. That's really a really good one. Stay right here.
You're all balanced?
Yeah. Get me right over here. Down. I'll turn around so she can see. Okay, I'll do this. That's this work. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is punch, right? So you reach over my shoulder, back right there, underneath the nose. Now, I won't move until it hurts.
You gotta
up, push up.
hard. It'll make his eyes
Harder. Not quite, but try one more time. On the top. If it hurts, I'll back up. I'll fly backwards if you get it really good. So I come in, grab you like so. Okay, reach over. Now harder. That's right. You'll know when you do it right. You'll get it right there in the nose. It'll hurt. It'll hurt for a little while afterwards. So. Okay, I'll do one more time. Okay. Sneak up from behind you. Boom. Gotcha. Ah, that's right. That's right. You can push hard. I mean, I can feel it. It seems like you're pushing and then you just sort of
Pick up my leg.
go ahead and push me back. You're doing it right. You're just not being hard enough. Oh, and like I said, I'll fall backwards when it starts to hurt. Gotcha. One. Yes. Again, if the guy's really strong, or he doesn't feel any pain, you can just go for the eyes. Because you're right. If you can reach his nose, you can reach over. You see, bend down here. Looks like got you in a headlock, right? Okay. Now, if you can reach over, go ahead and reach over. Okay. Now, if you can get my nose, you can certainly gouge my eyes, right? Yeah, that's actually the more advanced thing of the same thing. See, once he starts to push over, go, and up I go. That's the next thing that we teach him. But this is the basic. So you got the philtrum area, inflict a lot of pain. If you want to, you can gouge the eyes. You gouge his eyes and the head will go back. But when it's about up to here, you're so far off balance, you can do just about anything you want with it. Okay. Single scenario. We had one guy where we taught him the pressure point here and he didn't feel it. There are a few people where these pressure points don't work, okay? And I ran across one today. In the event that you try a pressure point or you try to do something, it doesn't work, go to something else, okay? Let's say he's grabbing me and he doesn't feel any pain, right? And I try to do a non-lethal technique like this, which we didn't work over, but then you kick him in the groin or the knee. If that doesn't work, or you headbutt him, or you bite him, or you do whatever you got to do to get away, okay? So if you try one thing and it doesn't work, go on to something else. If you have to bite a person, headbutt them, elbow them, gouge them, kick them, knee them, trip them, spit in their face, whatever it takes, you know, to get away, you get away, okay? Your first priority is survival, always, no matter what. Don't worry about what the courts are going to think later on. You survive, and then you can worry about the attorneys later, okay? That's more important than, it's always better to have 12 men deciding your fate than 6 men carrying your coffin. Okay? That's just a good way to think about it. Did we miss anything? Got the elbows. Elbows are good for in close. Knees are good for in close. We didn't go over that though. We taught you a couple of real basic techniques. We taught you the wrist, the thumb. Remember, the thumb's always the weak point. You should always go against the thumb. And of course, the best advice of all is always, of course, don't get in this situation in the first place. You're always better off. We're having all the fun over there, aren't they? 1 minute? Okay. I have time for me. One more thing. Real good one. Take my head off. I'm going to show you a headbutt, but no one's going to get hurt. This is the key factor here. This is my opponent. He pushes me. Starting to try a fight. Pushes me again. Boom. On the second push, let him push it the first time. Second push, headbutt him to the nose. Okay, I want you to try this, but I don't want any bloody noses, okay? This is really dangerous. I mean, this takes, how much does it take for a forehead to break someone's nose, or, not much, okay? Once you guys work, and then, work with him too.
So I have to take this back, okay?
Okay. Can you guys work together? Okay, guys, do it with me, okay? He's going to push me the first time. I'm going to let him. One. On the second one, boom. Okay, actually, you would step into it. So if I push you, you're probably not going to know the first push is coming. Someone's going to, hey, fuck. The second one, I'm going to try to go for the nose. Always go for the nose. If you go for the forehead, then you'll both have a knot on your forehead. Or the mouth. Mouth's good too. Nose is great. Okay, I'll push you again. 1, 2. Boom. Okay, get the block a little bit faster, just for timing. 1, 2. Boom. Okay, and as you're coming in, you're moving towards him at the same time. So it's your forehead on his nose. Okay. Okay. Oh no, not compared to what it's going to do to his nose. Oh no. I played soccer, a lot, and this is nothing. This is getting a soccer ball hit on your head is a lot harder than this. I've done this one for real about 15 years. Long time ago. So I push. No, I won't hit the forward. Pushing in. Oh, yes. The second, the block, the deflect, and the headbutt comes at the same time. Because that way he's moving towards you. I think we're about done. Huh? Okay. Give me a chance. Thank you for your time, sir.
Okay, basically what we're going to work on here is some basic kicks and some other techniques that can really help you out. We're going to start with a very basic front snap kick. Okay, this is the most basic kick in all linear hard style martial arts. You've probably seen it 100 times. It's very, very easy to use and very, very effective. Okay, now the first thing I want to do is show you a defensive position that you should get into that allows you to do all the techniques that you're going to be learning today. Okay, now while you're walking, you have a nice even stride. If you stop that stride, you'll find that you're probably 2 foot distances or 2.5 foot distances apart. Okay, this is a natural stance for you, and obviously, you know, it depends. So some people have shorter feet than others, but if you basically take a walk and then you stop, this is a natural stance for you, and also it's a very easy position to move from. Okay, obviously when you're running, your stride moves a lot longer, but when you're walking, it's very, very short, which means that, you know, I can just step, transferring my weight from one leg to the other very, very easily. Okay, which means I can maneuver very well. And this is particularly important, you know, when you're defending and moving away from something. If you're in a low stance like this and someone throws a kick at you or throws a punch, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to move. Okay, so you always want to keep your feet around 2 to 2.5 feet distances apart. Okay. Now in the martial arts, we have a fighting stance, which our feet are perpendicular at each other with the heels lined up, and that same 2 to 2.5 feet distances, and we're in this position like this. Okay. Now this is a great self-defense position, but it's not a position that you want to use on the street because it telegraphs the knowledge that you know something. Okay, and also it's kind of aggressive. If someone comes up to me, if this person comes up to me and we're in some sort of verbal confrontation, if I suddenly go like this, he's thinking, oh boy, this guy's really aggressive, he's going to try and hit me, which means that he might say to himself, well, you know, I'm going to have to hit him back. And you don't want to escalate a verbal confrontation to end up to be a physical one. Okay, so you don't want to stand here like this. And also, if I do stand here like this guy's thinking, oh, he might know some martial arts, I've seen this in the movies or something. You know, he might try to kick me, which means that he's going to be a little bit more aware of my abilities. Okay. Now what we do is we soften up this stance. I call it the pseudo-fighting stance. Basically you want your body turned this way because it reduces the area of attack. If I'm standing square like this, I have this huge big area here that can be struck at by my opponent. If I turn to the side slightly, I'm kind of almost at a 45-degree angle, which effectively reduces the striking area. Okay. Now we don't want to have a closed fist. A closed fist is almost like a universal sign of malice. You know, closed fist is a punch. Okay, an open hand is a hand of peace. It's the way that we shake a hand. Basically shows we have no weapons, we're not about to strike the person. Okay, so you don't want to sort of go into a fighting stance like this. So what I want you to do is I want you to start off with pushing your right leg. Now I'm presuming you're all right-handed. Okay, if you're not, then you'd have a different fighting stance which you go opposite. But let's have our right foot back here and then make a V. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to have your left foot facing me, so it should be like this. Okay, so I'm looking at the gentleman with the red shirt on, that's it. Okay, now I want you to take one step out, and then I want you to kind of feel how comfortable that feels. I mean, you might want to go a little bit longer, just kind of feel. Now, sir, you want the left leg to go out. You move your right leg out, because the right leg stays, and then the left foot. So why don't you switch? And then, you know, if you your assistance, if you see something that's not quite right, like an L. Yeah, exactly like an L. Your right foot would be finger across. Okay. Now also what I want you to do is I want you to kind of flex a little bit on your knees, because if your knees are locked out, you have to flex them before you move. So you certainly don't want to be locked out and then have to bend, because obviously it's adding time to your movement. Okay? So I want you to kind of flex a little bit. Good. Now with the hands, okay, we don't want to look aggressive, we want to have some sort of coverage around the body, okay? So I use an open hand like this. Basically my fighting stance is like this. So you want your left hand a little more vertical, okay, and then the palm facing your opponent, and then kind of level with your chin, because you don't want to get in the way of your visibility. Okay. Now your right hand is going to be a little more horizontal, and again the palm is going to be facing here like this. Okay. Now this is kind of like a, you can say, I don't want to get into an argument. Please, let's not make this so physical. It's kind of a calming effect. Okay. And you want to be nice and relaxed. I don't want anyone with stiff shoulders or stiff arms, and this will come into play when you go into the punches later on. Okay, but nice and relaxed. Your shoulders should be just nice and relaxed, just enough muscle power to hold those hands up, and then kind of bounce up and down on your knees a little bit. Good. Just kind of get that flex. Good. So you want to keep it just slightly bent like this. Okay. Now we're going to go into the first kick. Okay. Now to do this kick, we're going to do a front leg front kick, which means we're going to lift up our left legs in this position, and so the majority of our weight should be on the back leg. Now when we do this stance traditionally in the martial arts, it's an 80-20 weight distribution, so 80% on the back, 20% in the front. Okay, which is a good thing, because also if I'm against my opponent like this, if I'm leaning forward, look how close my face is to him. Whereas if I lean back slightly, I've got this tremendous distance. I mean, he could punch me in the face right here, but he can't here. And also with our hands up, we can go ahead. So why don't you go into fighting stance? Okay, just in fighting stance here like this. So if he was to throw any punch, I've got a block right here. All I'm doing is put my hand, again, another punch. Okay, I'm just blocking, okay? Which basically, we go into doing lots and lots of different blocks. Basically, it's just getting your hand in the way. So, and also you can bring your head back like this if you have the weight back on the back leg. Okay. So let's put a little bit more of our weight on the back leg, so let's say 80%. Okay, now, to do the front snap kick, the knee comes directly up in the air, and at the same time, your heel kind of tucks in a little bit. You want to kind of tuck in. This is basically cocking the leg. Okay, so let's do that a couple of times. So bring it up here, and then down. Okay, bring it up, and down, and up, and down. Okay, now, one thing while we're doing this knee, the height of the knee determines how high we can do the kick. Obviously our knee bends this way, but it doesn't bend up the other way. So if my knee's here, basically if I follow a line across my thigh, that's where my kick's going to go. Okay? So if I come up here, my leg's going to go up there. It won't right now, but almost. Here like this. But I wouldn't advise doing high kicks. Okay? In Taekwondo, Kwon, we do a lot of high kicks, which really is only applicable when we're sparring and in tournaments. Because I certainly would never use a high kick against an opponent because it makes me so off balance. And also the head is very, very easy to move, which means it's a very, very difficult target. What I advise is the groin up to the solar plexus, which is where the ribs meet. Okay? And so we have basically a soft area from the solar plexus all the way down through the abdomen into the groin. Okay, so I want you to think about those areas. Okay, so in our defensive position, let's pick the knee up, okay, and then snap, and then down. Good. Now it's a little harder to do when it's slow, but in this way at least you know the proper technique. Now, before we go on, the striking area is traditionally the ball of the foot. Okay, so you need to pull back your toes. Now most of you have, heavier sneakers on, basketball sneakers, so it's a little hard to pull your toes back, so don't worry. Basically any part of the foot is good. Obviously you don't want to go with the toes, that's very bad. I mean, if you've got dress shoes or something, it might not be so bad, you could kick someone here. But I mean, chances are in Southern California, we wear thongs, we wear sneakers. It's not great to jam your toe. So you pick up and kind of extend the flat part of the foot. The heel is very, very good and nice and strong. Obviously, it follows all the leg bones all the way down to the end, so it's very, very strong. And the ball of the foot is very good also. Okay, so but basically just concentrate on hitting the flat of the foot. Okay, so again in our defensive position. Now this time I want you to go a little bit more smooth and make sure you cock first and snap and down. Okay, so let's try that together. Ready? Go. And down. Good. Go. And down. Good. Go. And down. Good. Go. And down. Go. And down. One more time. Good. Okay. Now remember, you want to pull up and then snap out. If you do this, kind of like as if you're doing a drop kick or something, okay, you're not going to get the same effect, and you're not going to be able to use the front of your foot, the bottom of your foot. If you come up like this, you'll be with the tip of the toes, and again, that's not a good striking area. Okay, you want to come up and kick. Now you should be able to kick over something. Okay, now this is a good practice when you're practicing. Now if I was to do that bad kick, I hit here, okay, which is bad. What I want to do is lift the knee up to the area that I want to strike, then kick, here like this, okay? So with that in mind, I want you to do a couple more, and then what we're going to do is we're going to kick against this kicking shield. Okay, so in the defensive position, okay, up and kick. Good. Now another thing, you probably noticed that I breathed out at the point of impact, okay? This helps combine all our energies, and especially when we're doing it in the air, it's kind of hard to tell where our target would be. You know, is it a foot? Is it 2 feet away? Okay, so I want you to breathe out, which concentrates your energies, concentrates your mind onto the target, also concentrates your body, and also what it does, it serves to expel the lungs of air, which means your body's a lot more flexible. You can imagine a balloon, it's very unpliable, you know. So like this, it's very, very difficult, but with the breath out, we're nice and loose, okay? And also, at that point, when you breathe out, I want your whole body to tighten up, okay? Because it's obviously no good if I kick and then I'm just a big rubber band and then I collapse. Obviously, you want to drive through, okay? So when you kick, just snap out a little bit and tight, okay? Let's try that, ready? Go! Again, hana, hana, hana. Now try and keep your hands up throughout, okay? And again, hana. And one more time, hana. Good, okay, now I'm gonna have assistant go around, okay? I'm gonna, he's gonna work individually with you, okay? And so everyone else, you're gonna go with my count. So we'll do about 5 or 6 kicks each and then we'll move along. Okay, so you three kind of facing me. Okay, let's try this. So nice in the defensive position. Ready? Good, now, well, let's think about targets right now, okay? Let's go for the groin. Okay, to start with. Okay, so think about your own groin level. So when you're practicing at home, obviously there's people this tall, there's people this tall, so the target area is going to be different. So think about someone your own size, because it's a good way of determining if you're getting a correct target zone. Okay, you know, this is especially good if you can, you know, have a body length mirror that you can look in front of, and then you know exactly how you can kick towards your reflection. Okay, so let's go for the groin area. Ready? Go. Good. Go. 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 One more time. Go. Okay, good. Now, let's move it up a little bit in towards the abdomen. Okay? It's a very, very nice soft area. So let's bring up just a little bit. Okay, ready? Go. 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 Okay, now, well, what I noticed you were doing.
I'm losing balance. I feel I'm going forward.
Right, now what's happening is you're kicking fine, but then you're leaving the leg straight and pulling it down. Okay? Now your leg is very, very heavy, so if my leg was out here, I'm having to lean backwards to keep my balance. If I just pick my leg up, I'm going to fall forward this way.
Yeah,
okay? So what you need to do is, after you kick, you come back very, very quickly.
Very good, that's better.
Okay, you know, often people use the analogy, if someone punches, you don't want to leave the hand out there because this person can perhaps grab it. Okay? Same thing with the kick, although it's very, very difficult to grab a kick. I still, you know, for your balance, you want to keep your balance down on your back leg. So you're kicking and then coming back. So you see you kick, bend, and then in the same position. Okay, so everyone else, let's do that again. Ready? Let's do it abdomen. Ready? Hana. 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 And then rest. Okay, now, I'm not going to go any higher than that. Because, you know, even myself, I mean, I can kick kind of fairly high, but, you know, you need to kind of stretch and make sure you don't pull a hamstring, so you never really need to go any higher than that. If you're going perpendicular from your body, that's basically high enough, and also it deals with the target zones that you really want to be concerned with. Now remember, the back of a person is still a target, okay? If you're in a confrontation, perhaps multiple opponents, someone has their back to them, you can still kick their back, okay? The kidneys are right here, the spine, you know, in between the ribs we have a pressure point in there, which you may learn later. It's very, very sensitive in the back, the coccyx, the tailbone, okay, even in the back side. If we're falling down on our back side, it kind of hurts a little bit. So remember, the targets are all over. Now, we're going to go to the next kick, which is the same type, but it's a back leg, which means there's a lot more power into this one. Now, in our style, we kind of rate techniques to how we would do them, okay? This front leg front kick would be initial strike. It's very, very quick, but it's not particularly powerful. Obviously, it'll bend someone down if you get them in the groin or the abdomen. So this is maybe all you need to do to stop the person from attacking you. okay? But if you need another technique, you need to go up. Now obviously the element of surprise is now gone, because you've kicked the person already, or attempted to kick them, okay? Now we're going to work on the back leg, which takes a little longer, but it's a lot more powerful because we have a hip twist involved. So basically it's the same kick. Now we're going to go into our fighting position. Now we're working on the back leg, so now the weight has to shift forward. So I want you to have a little bit more weight on the front leg, okay? Now, you're not going to do this initially, you're not going to stand in front of anyone like this. You'll be back here, and then you suddenly shift the weight forward as you go into the kick, okay? So think about that. So the weight should be back, and then just prior to the kick, the weight shifts forward, okay? Now what we do is, you bring your back leg up, knee up, just like you did before, and then the same process, you snap and kick, and I want you to step forward afterwards, okay? So let's try that. So the weight's on the back leg, shift it to the front, good, then pick the knee up straight forward, and then snap out, and then drop down. Okay, good, and then back again. Okay, let's try that one more time slow, and then we'll try the whole thing. Ready? So shift weight forward, knee up, then kicking, and step down. Okay, now, let's try that in a fluid motion. Don't put too much power into it just yet. Now again, I don't want you, especially, you just kind of, you don't want to step forward, because then look how long my stance is, and it's very, very difficult to move from this position, okay? So, you still step, but then you bring the knee back down, and then basically it's almost like I just took a step like this. So I'm still in my nice defensible safety position. Okay, so let's go back again. Okay, and this time we're going to be a little more fluid, okay? So I'll just give you one count. And then down. Good, good. And then keep your hands in just a little closer because you don't want them to be grabbed. So basically you're just kind of basing their defensive position. Okay, so step back again. Okay, so from here, and then down. Good, good. Now, see how your stance is too long? What you need to do is bend the knee back and then step down afterwards, because then you're in a long position, very, very hard to move from. Okay.
So then, when you bring it down, then you're just kind of pivoting and bringing yourself in another angle.
Exactly,
right.
yeah. Basically, it's just like, it's a mirror image of what you are here,
and
exactly the same here, yes. Because then you get that twist of the hips, which can be very, very powerful. Okay, let's try that again. Ready? Go. And down. Good. Now, think about targets now. Need to work on bringing that back. Okay. Okay, so let's try that again. Now think about target areas. Let's go for the groin again. Okay, ready? Go. And then down. Good. And then move back. Okay, and the hands up still. Ready? Go. And then down. Good. And step back. And again. Go. And then back. Good. Now I want you to, why don't you work with him? Just kind of take a couple of steps back. And so you can work on that a little bit more individually. Okay, so everyone else, let's go through that again. Ready? Go. And down. Good. Okay, and then back. Ready? Go. Okay, now, I want you to really throw that leg out. Really throw it out and bring it down. So, you've got to visualize forward force going in. You have your target in front of you, and you really want to throw it forward like this. Your body weight, because you're getting body weight involved because you're moving from this position to this position. So you've moved whatever your body weighs from one point to another. Okay, which means that creates a certain amount of velocity, the weight and the speed. Okay, so you want to do that and then culminate with the snap. So really sort of think about that forward motion. Okay, let's try that a few more times and we'll try the bag. Ready? Go. Get down. Good. Okay, very, very good. Bringing that back in.
So then the hand just reverses itself.
Yeah, the hand just reverses. So then in this case, the right hand will be upwards and then the left hand will be horizontal across. Okay, so let's try again. Twice more. Ready? Go. And down. Good. And then back again. And one more time. Go. And then back. Okay, great. Why don't you take the bag? Okay, then. The other two are working on that.
Concentrate on the target that you have in front.
Okay, ready? Go. And down. Okay, let's try to move it up a little bit. Let's go towards the abdomen. Now, because with this kick you have a lot more velocity and speed, it allows you to kick a little higher. So you might find that you'll be able to kick higher on this back leg because there's more speed behind it. Just like throwing a ball through here, it's not going to go very far. If you bring back and throw away like this, there's more velocity which goes further. Right, okay, so let's try that. Ready? Into the abdomen. Go. And down. Now you need to be a little closer. Now obviously, let me just work on this for a second. Okay, give me the, you face me with the bag. Okay, now, if I were to kick as strong as I can, didn't do a thing, right? Because I didn't even hit the target, okay? Now if I kicked again real hard, still didn't do much because I didn't go through the target. Now imagine this is the flesh of your opponent or the jack or whatever you see. That's the exterior opponent. That is not your target. Your target's back here. You've got to hit with the knee still bent somewhat, so that when you follow through, then you're transferring that force into your opponent. Okay, so you need to get some sort of idea. I mean, just through practice of, and I'm standing in this position. This is a good position for me to kick. Okay, because I can follow through from this position here like this, and then step down. So when you're working with the bag, I want you to, and I want the instructor to help you with this. To make sure you strike once the knee is still a little bit bent, and then you follow through. Okay. Now you don't want to be too close because from here it's going to be a push because I haven't got enough speed behind the kick to go through. And I'm going to be pushing like this and not going to be as effective. Okay. So why don't you hold the bag and then go around again. Okay. And then make sure that everyone has got a good distance with the kick. Okay. So now what I want you to do, I want you to think about individual targets. I want you to say, okay, why don't you guys stand in front of him, and I want you to look at him as a target, okay?
And then you go
and
make
say,
another
okay,
L with
solar
your
plexus,
this
abdomen,
way.
groin, okay? I want you to stand in front of him, and the same thing, I want you to look at that
But you see,
area,
and then I have a tendency of stopping without bringing it down.
look at that area and aim towards that target,
do,
and make
so you
sure,
don't have to bring it
obviously if I'm
down, is
kicking towards the groin
snap.
and I'm down here, I just got his shin, which is not where I wanted to
What I'm doing
go.
is
So,
I'm
you have to be
following the whole
effective
body,
in your
bringing
target.
it in.
Okay, ready? Go! Okay, now, what you're doing is you're kind of turning.
You're following,
It's
still
a
following.
square kick.
Snap.
Okay.
There.
Okay, good. Now, you're still doing that. What you're trying to do is
Now imagine
overreach.
you're kicking me on the groin or the abdomen.
Okay. So now just imagine I'm right
If it's
here.
the groin, then you have to
So yeah,
snap.
so just do it within your range.
And I have to bring it back quickly so I don't get a chance to pull
Okay,
it.
now
Right,
still turning.
right.
Now give me a foot. That way.
You're still pushing. You're doing a side kick instead of a front kick.
Where?
You're gonna do this.
I'm
Doing
like
this.
this.
Straight up. All the way forward. And then step down.
There.
In the center.
Yeah, I am turning and then
You're
kick.
turning the hip this way. Kick the hip square. Kick the hip
There.
square. Okay, so let's try that again. Okay. That's it. Now,
There.
what you're
Okay,
doing
I
is you're
feel
like,
the difference.
it's like you're testing the waters. You're like, oh, I don't know. You're testing the waters with the tip of the
You
toe.
push that time. Now
You just flat foot, boom, like this. Concentrate on the heel or the ball of the foot.
you're still pushing.
Like this.
You should be snapping. Because if you snap, then I won't
Well,
be able
that's
to.
the thing.
If I'm
Because,
attack, I
I
won't be
mean,
able
the
to
leg
grab
is the
you.
longest thing you have
If
with
you're
your body.
pushing, then you-
So, I mean, if you're striking,
grab.
that's as far away as you're going to get with having to strike. Okay, so, that's basically, you come to a position where, you don't have to strike
Yeah,
someone.
see what he was doing was
Your safety has been jeopardized.
You raise your knee, and then
Right here, the kicks are not really danger. Once they come into here, then you're in
better.
Let's try a couple of
Let's do it again.
Okay,
But I still have to remember to turn myself.
It's okay.
Is this a new group?
This is the first group.
Right angle with the ankle. Okay. Still trying to okay,
Turn myself.
let's change the bag. Okay, so everyone kind of move along. Still have the target in front of you, okay? So let's do 5 then switch because I want to go into some other kicks.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Good.
That's better, that was good. Concentrate on pulling those toes back.
You don't have to kick
go.
high. You have to.
About 1 minute.
That's it, good. Alex, we have a little bit more?
1 minute.
Make that,
right.
can you make that 3 minutes?
Sir.
All right.
Okay, because we've really got, really going
your
into
best
pretty good detail,
There you
so
go. This is the
thanks.
best.
Okay, go ahead. Good, that's it. Okay, now I want you to breathe out because I want you, no, I want you to put some force into it. Okay, go ahead. That's it. Okay, you kind of went back to those tipping the toes there, so make sure you concentrate on that heel. Okay, go ahead.
Remember to
Okay,
breathe.
good.
Breathing. You would have been stronger. See?
That's it, breathe out, good. Okay, go. All right, good. Right, you are a little bit, so that's basically a psychological thing. You're doing the technique okay, it's just so you think, well, the target's too far away. Okay, so when the bag comes along, you'll be all right. Okay, go ahead. Okay, good. Okay, let's switch. Okay, you guys, now, actually, can we have somebody else? Oh, okay, right.
All right.
Okay, you guys in front of your opponent now. Now, you know 2 kicks, right?
Okay, so when you stand in position, alright, I want you to. Now remember I said the first kick was initial strike, okay? When you stand facing me. The first kick was initial strike, so if somebody comes out to you, change into your regular fighting style, that's good. So you start off with this front leg front kick here, and then you step down, and then I want you to come with a back leg kick. Okay, so from this position here, we're standing here, front leg, and step, very good, back leg. Okay, it's very, very simple, just like walking. Okay, listen up everyone, we're just going to go through, combine those two techniques, okay, and we're going to quickly run through one more kick. Okay, now, we started off with that initial front leg strike. Remember I said that was very, very quick, but not particularly powerful. You know, if someone's right here like this, it's very easy to right into the groin or into the abdomen, okay? They're probably going to step back. We feel as though we have to strike them again to make sure they don't come back at us. So then we follow through with the back leg kick, okay? So in this position here, go one. Now make sure you step close, and then with the back leg step down, okay? And it flows very, very well. But you've got to make sure you don't step too long on the first one, because then I'm going to drag my whole body, changing my weight from one leg to the other to kick, okay? So from here, ready? One, and then two. Good, and breathe out, that's it. Okay, so it should flow very easy. Ready, go. Okay, good. Keeping your hands up, protecting yourself at all times. Ready, go. Good, and down. Excellent. Okay, and again. Ready. Good, and then back. Okay, let's try this 3 more times. Ready. Good, and back. Ready, go. And then back. One more time. Ready, go. And then down. Excellent. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, what we're trying, just one more really quick thing. It's really, really simple. Okay, now. Okay, listen up, everyone, because we're going to change in groups now. One more thing. Now, if someone's right in front of me like this, okay, now, there's a couple of things we can do. Now, remember what we did with the front snap kick and the back leg snap kick. We brought out the knee first. Okay, knee, knee. Okay, so basically it's not really another technique, it's just you're not using the kicking parts of it. So the same process, brought the knee up like this, it's for the kick, the same thing. Okay, so let's quickly do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 1 and then we're going to do 2 like this. Okay, so this will be very, very quick. Okay, ready? Go. 1, 2. Good. Basically the same thing, same process as that front snap kick. We're actually just using the knee this time. Ready? Go. 1, 2. Good. Alright, let's try it 3 more times. Ready? Go. 1, 2. Good. Now, also, see where our hands are. Now, hands will be really close to a person. When we're doing this, it's really good to grab 1 and 2 like this. Okay? So the hands up, they can grab. Okay, ready? Go. 1, 2. Good. Then back. Okay, very good. Ready? 1, 2. Good. Okay, we'll work with him a little bit to make sure he's getting this right. Okay, ready? Go. 1, 2. Good. Okay, let's switch the bag real quick. Okay? And then why don't you stand in front of the lady there so you can get some sort of target. Okay, ready? Go. Go, ready? 1, 2. That's great, good. Your hands are up, good. That's right. I mean, you know, usually if the person's right in front of you, boom, you know, you might not move as far forward, but that's okay. I mean, because obviously you can just adjust your step. You can kick and step out real long, or you can step real short. Okay, I want you to come up towards my knees. Go. 1, 2. Okay, very good, very good. Nice and strong too. Okay, go. 1, 2. Okay, excellent. Okay, let's try one more time. Ready? Go. 1, 2. Excellent. Okay. All right, and that'll be it.
The kicks are not going to be above waist level. It's going to be below waist level. Okay? Because when somebody's coming at you, they push you to the ground. Being a woman, what they want to do is get you to the ground, okay, and get on you, because you know right there. You can't do anything once from the ground, okay? So what I want to show you today is when somebody pushes you, Mr. Okay. He pushes you, go. When you fall down, you don't just want to fall down, okay? You fall down, try falling down to your side, go, push. Pull him right here. Once you fall down, bring this leg up here, okay? This is called chamber. You want a chamber right here. He comes at you, psychic right to you right there, okay? You want to get him right in the knee. But since this is practice, I don't want you guys kicking the knee, okay? I want you to come up here. And when you come up here, I want you to get that full extension. Bam, right there, okay? Kick him to the knee. So let's do it again. So he pushes you, bam, fall down. Bam, right there, side kick. Notice that? When I fall down, I kick like this, it's like right to the knee. Okay?
So you want to get the leg that he's extending out to you, not the other one.
That one right there.
Closest leg to you.
The closer leg to you. One of the reasons why you wanna go for the legs is because you have to look at all weaknesses, okay? He's walking to you, okay? If you take his legs off, there's no way that he can get to you, right? Unless he crawls to you, okay? So you have to look at the weaknesses, okay? Get rid of the weaknesses, take the legs off, and he can't get to you, okay? Any questions? Any questions? Okay. Let's partner up. Mr. Rodriguez, what's your name, ma'am?
Gloria.
You with Gloria. And Mr. Lake, what's your name? You with Maria. And you two ladies partner up, and I'll be your partner.
I'm here to stand right here. Whatever way you want to fall. I'm gonna attack or whatever. I push you down. And then kick with the. Down to the ground. You go onto your side. Good. Then you bring this knee, like just like that. Exactly. See, I'm coming at you here, so it's easier for you to hit this leg because I'm in process hitting you. So you hit me. That's gonna stop me coming forward.
If it's for real.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Okay. I'll probably go like this.
Very simple technique, very powerful. You hit someone in the knee, it's very bad.
If you kick with the front leg like that, it's still going to hurt, but not as much. So when you fall, you're going to push on your side.
I pushed you there, good, and you went down just like that. Okay, stay right there. Okay, come. Now we'll just practice this side. I'm coming at you. Go. Bring your leg back.
Good. Extend it all the way.
Make sure you're up on your elbow. That's good. So when I show you what we're going to do next, you're already there.
I'm already there.
There you go.
Now what?
Just keep going.
Got to do it.
So you can get that part. Make sure you try to keep your eye on me at all times. What if you keep on this way? I'll show you how to do that right now. I want to go over this, make sure we get this.
When you fall, your leg's already chambered up. It's right here. It's already chambered.
Oh, you fell? That way, because you want to take him out, first shot. Because you don't want to have to do it again, right? If you get him the first time, then he falls down or whatever, he's in pain, then you take off.
Okay, ladies, let's make some noise, okay? Because in reality, you're not going to be as quiet as you are, okay?
Make sure you come in, pick yourself up and run. Good, okay? Now I'm going to say, okay, well, I can't get it this way. She didn't hurt me that bad, so I can still attack. So I'm going this way.
Yeah.
Bring it back. Keep your hands good. I'll show you. Get up.
Down. You're here. You're up on your elbow here. Right? You start leaving me.
Supposing you did that first one you did, you missed that one like this.
Your bottom knee
Moving to the side,
and your elbow.
what you do?
So you want
Exactly. This is
because you don't want to be turning like this.
push me.
Why? You know why you want more help? Like you're getting your back. You don't want to try to get up. You want to come from behind you.
When your hands
So
are
you want to
down,
stay on the ground.
go down again.
You keep on turning. Like say if you're coming around, and then he says, "Oh,
So
so
you
I
miss
can
me.
attack him this
Just
side."
keep spinning.
You're still caught.
Spin on your
You can
hip
nail
here,
him.
right there, and keep using your hands.
He's trying to come in.
Whatever way he's
He's kicking
going,
him in his knee.
keep your legs
Taking out his
forward.
knee.
Yes, but you keep your your aim and keep it aimed
Let's give it a shot.
at whoever it is.
Make sure you're on your elbow and you use your bottom knee.
And that helps you turn.
Okay, coming over. Coming over this one. Coming over this one.
Practice that because you need
Make
to
sure you stay
learn to
up.
move your hands like that.
It's easier to move with your elbow
Elbow?
than it is to
Lay there.
with the rest
Stay
of your
laying
body.
down.
And just go around like if I'm falling.
Yeah, like a
Back
top.
now.
Kick it hard. Okay. Okay.
Down.
Move it around.
Go. Good.
Coming back this side. Coming back this side.
Good.
No, you just keep going. Keep going. Good. Just like that.
Kick out. Kick out. Snap it. There you go. Kick with the heel of the
Make
foot.
some noise. Make some noise. Make some noise. Good.
Good. Turn up.
Keep going.
Okay.
Make sure you bring that knee. I don't hear you.
I can't keep up.
Good. Good.
Okay, if you
Good.
get one of these and you get it in there good, you don't have to worry about doing it again. All you gotta do is get up and take off.
Different situations,
Okay,
okay?
you take me.
Good. Make some noise.
Okay, let me see you two. You guys are partners. So you attack her.
I'm not going to be too generous because
They show you how
the
to
reality
turn
of that
around already?
person's not going to be too
Just
nice.
on the ground? Okay, we'll do that right now. Okay, go ahead and push her down. She's a big mean attacker.
Right,
Comes
good.
down. Okay, now go this way.
You know,
Exactly.
play on
You're
the
doing it right. I don't have to show you.
side. The reason for working on the
Make sure you
side,
bring your knee back each time.
If she's attacking me here, I want to keep this back because this is where all my force is. You're not going to get force from here to here. Exactly. You want to keep this one down because this is how you're moving. This is what you
the
need.
bag,
Your elbow.
and your knee here. Okay. So you're gonna move that. Move that. Move that. And make sure you keep this back. So every time she comes in, you'll have this back and you can kick her. Because if you have it here, it's not gonna do anything. If you kick someone like that, they're gonna laugh at you. You gotta bring this all the way back and hit them.
Make some noise.
Back and hit them. Like
make some noise.
Okay, then we'll switch.
Make some noise. Make some noise.
Good. There you go.
All right.
Push down. Push down. Good. Get her.
Yeah, like I said, in reality, when it happens,
twist. Go. Make sure you bring it back. Make sure you bring it all the way back. All the way back. All the way back.
Practice here.
You're whipping out on me. You're whipping out on me. All the way back. All the way back. All the way back. Okay, now switch.
You want to move to the next one?
Okay.
Okay, are we all comfortable with this one?
Yep.
Would you like to do one more time?
You guys got it?
Any questions? Okay, we're gonna move on to the next technique, okay? Okay. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next technique, okay? Okay. Like I said, the person comes at you. And it's not always gonna start off with a push, okay? And you fall down. You could be laying up, and you could be at a park, just laying down, reading a book, and then he comes at you, go. Choking you right here, tell you if you move, you're a dead woman, okay? Right here. All right. And he's unbuckling his pants, whatever, okay, right here. And he's choking you right here. What you want to do is you want to push up like this, okay? Hold on to the hands right here. Once you push up, gives you a little release right here. Then you're going to take your right foot or your left foot, push up right here. Your right leg or your left leg comes over here, hooking the neck, over right here, okay? Once you get him here, bam, kick right there, okay? You don't want to break the hand or anything. Once you do this, boom, you get up, and you run, go make a police report or whatever, okay? Okay, so one more time, let me demonstrate, okay? I'm on the floor, on the ground, right here. He comes at me, okay? You all up in me right here. You want to have intercourse with me right here, okay? Push up, bam, right here. Bring it over, okay? When you come over here, this could be a nice kick right here to the face. Boom, and then dragging him down to the floor. Boom, right here. Once you get him here, kick him again. And get up and run. Okay? When you come over with the leg, it's right in the neck right here, which brings the whole body over right here. Okay? If I also do something like this, brings the whole body down. Okay? So you come over with the neck, with your leg over, and then dragging him down with the leg. Bam, right there. Okay? Don't be a hero. Kick him and run. Okay? Any questions? Should I demonstrate again?
Choke you. Or whatever.
Now push up with your hips.
Okay, you ready?
Up with your hips first to get away, to get room.
Then what?
Then kick out. Good. Then choke you. There you go.
Grab my hand.
Then I kick.
Hold on to the left.
Grab my hand and you're going to lift your
Kick.
Okay, I'm choking you. You're going to grab my hands and lift your hips at the same time.
Straight up. Don't bend your
Okay,
knees.
just like that. Now take this leg here. Now put it here.
Oh, right there?
You feel that? You feel my hip right there?
Yeah.
Good. Push me back. Hold on to my hands. Push me back. Then get the other leg.
I don't think I can do it.
All you got to do is hold this hand here.
Look at that.
Oh my God.
You can use the other leg right here. Take me with it if I can try to get it.
Yeah, so you can't even see. You don't need to see. All you need to do is feel. You feel where my body is. Okay, make sure you lift your hips up.
Oh, I forgot to lift it up.
Yeah, lifting up your hips is going to throw me up like that. You see how they did that?
Okay.
Push me. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay if you hit me.
This hand you
Just keep holding my hand.
hold it on my hand. Just right there.
Yeah, you
Right
hold
there,
it on.
yeah. And then you kick. That just
Okay.
Because right when I'm pushing
And when you get me over, make sure.
Okay, make sure you lift your hips. Good.
and then
No, all you do with this one.
what do you do if your hands
Hey,
like push
there you go. Kick out.
and this one?
The other one. One that's there. Okay, hold on to the hand. Right, and then this one you can just come over, stop, and kick it.
Okay, everybody listen up. Everybody listen up. When you come over here, okay? Boom, you drag him over. When you kick him, if you kick him with the blade of the foot right here on the side right here, bam, okay? But the best kick is to hit him with the heel right here. Just come down on his face. Bam, smash in the face. Okay? With the heel. Just like this. Bam, right there. All right? Okay.
Okay. Now try it again. Okay.
blade of the foot.
Oh,
Or the,
You gotta grab your hand first.
So you're pushing the hands out.
Exactly. Because she's choking you. You don't want to be choked.
Okay.
So you're grabbing this way. Then you bring this one in. Push it straight down. Bring the other one
okay,
over.
when you go, you're pushing me off to the side. You're getting right here. Pushing. All right, this time I'm pushing straight. Good. All right. Now just kick. These women are rough.
First, like almost not try and bring it under.
Not pushing up. Damn.
Yeah, it's easier once you put the first thing to bring it down.
Okay.
Underneath
Okay, the purpose of pushing the hip up, okay, is to get a little release on the chokehold, okay? Once you push up, his hands extend, which pushes back, okay? So he doesn't have a tight grip, okay? It's a little loose, okay? Which allows you to breathe and follow up with your technique, okay? All right.
Okay.
Come here, lady. Over.
Hit him with the
Kick.
Okay, this way. Okay, all right. You want to push up, push you there, then I'm going to jump on top. Okay.
Okay.
Here comes a big mean attacker.
Hold on to my head.
Choke you.
I forgot.
Forgot already?
Okay, then like that.
Oh, no, no, no.
Oh, no, no. What did I do?
Okay, here. Grab my hands.
Yeah.
Now, up with the hips.
Hold the hand.
Like that. Now get this.
Oh, this way.
Here.
And then.
Over. Good. That's okay. Again. No, just stay there. Stay
Okay.
there. Okay. Here comes big mean attacker, whatever. Here I come. I'm choking you, whatever.
Over.
I keep on forgetting.
The foot.
The foot.
The foot. Here.
That's what I keep on forgetting. Okay.
Good. Okay, ready? Go.
Good.
Lewis, you gotta watch the rotation.
Why are they getting ready to switch right?
These women are bad.
You want to try this?
Toughest girl. Ugh.
No, that's tough so far. You're hurting me. I'm hurting. Okay, let's try Robert's thumb one.
Okay, next one, Mr. Leck is going to demonstrate another ground technique. Okay.
Okay. Okay, now you're gonna push up with the knee around right there and try to get this hand free. So he's pinning down with your hands. You hit out and with the thumb right here, push right in the rib cage. And get out and run. So try it again. Okay. He straddles you like this. You push and slide at the same time. Okay? Push, slide. Thumb, get him right in the rib cage. Okay,
You
one more
will
time.
turn when you push him like this, or when you push in, you
Actually,
turn him over.
right. The strike from your hand. Okay, you're not just hitting, but you also bring your body forward and going over.
You put, it's like a regular push, but to hurt his ribs, you put your thumb out and push at the same time.
Okay, for some of you ladies that may have nails, okay, if your nails is real long, close your hands like this and hit with the knuckle right here, the thumb, okay? Just drive it in. Boom, right there. Okay? Okay, go ahead again.
What's up?
Okay.
Here I go. Go.
Okay. Why don't you add something to that? Like let's strike to the ground.
Punch. Well, basically you want to, either after that you want to punch and run. That's all. It's not something that you want to stick around for.
Okay, make sure when you punch, you're not just punching anywhere like hitting the legs. You want to punch. You want to do a punch at the face or the vital area. Okay, mainly the groin. Okay, because everybody knows once you hit a man here, oh, it's gonna take forever for him to get up. Okay, just hit him where he won't get up, or it's gonna take him forever to get up. That way, by the time he gets up, you're out of here. Okay.
Mr. Josephine, if they have long fingernails, can you show us what to hit with again?
If you have long fingernails, okay, close your hands like this or like this. The best way is this right here. Okay, is this. You close it tight right here and hit with the knuckle right here. Okay, or the thumb right here. Just drive it in. Bam, right there. Okay? Drive it in. Okay, just like that. All right. Or what you could do is just go like this. This is a hammer fist, but the opposite way. Usually a hammer fist is done this way. Okay, but you could just go this way. Close it tight and just bam right into the ribs. You have two floating ribs right here. Okay, you want to hit right here. Okay, camera get that right? Okay, right over here. Just drive into it. Boom, right there with all the force. Okay. Okay, everybody understand any questions? questions?
I'm
Should we
gonna take
demonstrate
you
one more time?
Get my hair.
Demonstrate one more time.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, break it down. Slow it down. Break it down.
Okay, kick out with the knee. Slide out. And right into the rib area. Hit to the groin, to the face.
One more time.
Okay. With the knee and the hand at the same time. You got to do it at the same time. Right here, break away. Okay. Break away. Thumb to the ribs. Punch.
Okay, good. Like I said, for
Can
today,
you
what
also
want
do
is
it the other
punch to the
way if
groin.
you're left-handed?
You can do it any way. It's
Can
gonna
you
work
do
the
it?
same way. She wants to see it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Like that. Kick out with the left knee. Okay.
Okay, that's left-handed.
No.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, how about last hand? No,
Grab your hand. You go. You want to land right here.
You can do it, man. Push it down. Push it down.
Push it over.
Your hands here.
Right.
Oh, what you can do, once you get him over, okay?
Where the
Okay.
That was close.
He's on the floor.
Okay.
He's on the floor.
Right there?
Yeah.
Push him over. Bam.
Okay.
Just chop to the neck.
That's good.
Okay. So when he goes down, you want to extend your shot
Right.
so that he gets on you in that
Exactly.
position
Set
and
him
get
up.
away from you.
Right. You set him up. Okay? Does that make sense?
That's good. Yeah, breathe.
All right, again.
You have rings on one Fine.
Rather have a guy or a girl?
All right.
I'm okay. Don't worry about it.
Come whenever.
Get your hand
I grabbed you here.
You're mine, lady.
balance on one knee.
Come here.
At the same time, you're gonna move it. Are you left-handed?
No, right hand.
Okay, we'll use your right knee. The strongest one. At the same time, you go that way. Right. Now come in. After you just did that, I'm forward now. I'm forward. You're gonna get that? Dig it in here, and then turn. Right. And then you can get up. Punch me, kick me in the groin, whatever you want. Elbow me in the neck. Are you getting this or no?
The elbow. Good.
You don't want to do
Look
that?
confused.
Yeah.
Look confused. 3 times?
If you don't understand something, just tell me.
You know you should practice some more.
I can't get up.
Right, the knee and the hand are the exact same time. Because what you want to do is you want to throw him forward and try to get out at the same exact time. Because if you just try to get out, he's strong. You gotta remember that guys are usually stronger than women. Okay, and you're gonna most likely be attacked by a guy. So you want to do that at the exact same time. So he doesn't focus. You can't say, oh, he's trying to get out here. You know, he's getting nailed. So he doesn't know what's going on. Exactly. That's right. You move this one. You move this one first. Right. No, exact same time. You move this one at the same time. That's you're gonna knee me. Exactly. Good. Ah, good. Good. And you hit me or whatever.
Yep.
Right here, but you got nails, so it hurts anyway. So we got shorter nails, but they're sharp. They hurt. Okay, again. Okay, you two girls work on it by yourselves. Take turns doing it to each other.
Right to the ribs.
Rotation.
Okay, you don't want to.
All right, actually, you're free.
Once you're here, you get him over. You don't want to reach like this. Get on him.
He's rotating?
Damn.
Okay, we'll do it real quick.
Okay.
Throw you down. Whatever. Ah. Good. But you're supposed to do it at the same time. That's good. That's good, but do it at the same time. Do it at the same exact time.
Come here, lady.
Okay. Last time, this time, do it at the same time. Push it down, whatever. You're already laying down. Come on.
Good, just like that. Let's get on me.
Get a strong knee. That's good. That's good.
Tell me I volunteer here with Hollenbeck, but make a good use of these techniques. But first of all, I'd like to say that avoid any confrontation with anybody. First thing you gotta do is avoid. We, us as martial artists, we don't go and try to look for trouble. We know what we can do, but we don't try to go around to test ourselves. We go around it. If we are confronted and we have to use it, then we have it. If we don't try to go and put ourselves in situations, especially for girls. Anything you guys like to say real quick?
Just that
out of all the techniques you learned today, and I saw some of them that are pretty complex, if you pick 25 to 30% of what you learned today, those things that really, really work for you. Some people had a little trouble with the kick, some people had a little trouble with the ground techniques, some had a little trouble with the hand techniques or throws. Okay, now obviously you want to keep something from the ground, because sometimes you might end up there. Hopefully you'll be able to use some of the kicks, some of the hand techniques. But if you pick 25 to 30% of what you learned, the stuff that really, really felt good to you, you know? I mean, I know that you learned the all fingers eyes attack. Obviously now you can only use that in certain circumstances. If someone's drunk and they just shove you, there's no way that you're going to blind them. Okay, you're going to go to prison for that, and you should too. Okay, the palm heel strike. I mean, everyone can do that. You pick those, and you've got to practice them. Just because you came to a seminar for a couple of hours doesn't mean that you can go out there and use these techniques. Because if you had 5 minutes to think about it, like, oh yeah, what was that I learned? Okay, I'm going to do that kick. Then that'd be fine, but you're not going to have 5 minutes, you're not going to have 5 seconds, you're going to have a split second to do this technique. And the only way that you're going to be able to react in that quicker time is to keep going over those techniques. Okay, so just pick a kick, pick a hand strike, pick a ground technique, stick with those, say those are my techniques, my body likes to do those techniques, I'm going to remember them so they come as second nature so I can use them. And that's the only way that this seminar is really going to help you out in the long run, is to do that. So I really advise you to practice as much as you possibly can.